What's up, guys? Welcome to the Make It Happen podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Make It Happen. This is episode 114, and I'm joined on the couch by my good friends, Rhino, Jamel, Big Moody behind the boards. This is episode 114.
114.
How's everybody feeling? Just got finished with a fried chicken cooking competition.
Yeah, man.
Not sure when it's going to go live, but check the channel for it. Coming soon if it's not out already. Was fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
I smell like fried chicken as we speak.
Smell like KFC. For sure.
Just
like
got
KFC.
back from catering a wedding
like
in
KFC.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Very
ATL,
intense
shout
work.
it.
2 days in and out. Got some work done. Head right back on the airplane, right back home. 1 day here with you, schmucks, and then tomorrow headed to
ATL.
DC for our 5-course tasting menu with Eric, Chef Eric from Food Network, Elamina.
There you go. 5-course.
It's gonna be fun.
I feel like you've been collabing with some real chefs lately.
Yeah, man.
People who enjoy cooking.
That's more what I'm looking to do. I want to do more of that.
In the kitchen, yeah.
Working on something with somebody that I've always really admired, and
Okay.
I don't say this very, very often. Like, I rarely am a genuine fan of somebody that I actually meet.
Okay.
Like, I've met some celebrities and stuff, but it's never been like
Like
Wow,
fanned out.
but-
Like I've been watching your stuff
But
while I
I'm
was checking
talking
you
to
out
him on the
before.
phone. I can't believe I'm talking to this guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's probably
I mean, I wouldn't say I was a celebrity, but I definitely appreciate it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I think it's okay not to fan out, but I think it's okay to have
that's
people.
all I have. Been a big fan.
Yeah, I
of
think
the
that's
work.
okay. I think
Like-
sometimes people be too private to say that you a fan. You can be a fan. I don't think it takes away
Yeah,
from
I
you.
mean that's the
Yeah.
whole point of this shit.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing what we're doing for people to consume it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's
Appreciate it.
what it's all about. So
Yeah.
it's just dope to have the opportunity to go from a kid that's watching some shit on TV that inspired me to want to do what I'm doing.
Right.
And now I get to work with that person. It's cool.
Nah, I get
dope.
that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Super
Full
dope.
circle moment.
Is this
man.
is there some people that you still want to meet?
Of course. I mean, there's plenty of people I still want to meet.
Gotcha.
This if I had to make a list, this person I'm talking about would be top 3,
Oh,
4
shit.
on that list
Okay.
for sure.
Top 5. That's dope. Okay.
Maybe, I mean, he's definitely towards the top. Like, he's,
Yeah.
you know.
Hey, that's dope. You meet somebody in
What's
your
top of your
five?
list?
Cause he did you
Was
find
it
out
pipes?
about him around when you
Shout out to my dog Wesley Pipes.
Just been a big fan of you.
Hey, Diamond meet Wesley
Hey,
Pipes
look.
is diabolical,
I
cuz.
don't care what none of y'all say, man. Y'all looked up to these people. They
No,
taught
hell
us.
no.
They taught us, Mr. Marcus.
Not the way you looked up
They
to
ain't
him.
teach me nothing.
Man,
That's
y'all
funny.
watch.
Hey,
Y'all
that's
like
funny.
they ain't watch. Y'all watch. Y'all
Rhino got
watch them
groomed.
horns. Like, come on.
that is too funny.
I
Anyway,
can tell who he was
I-
before the camera pulled up.
I know who that
I've
is.
seen all your clips.
Oh, waist down. I know who that is.
So can you take me through this one time when you
there's this one scene in Booty Talk 37 that I just
Bro.
been dying to learn.
Is it wild to like all jokes aside? Is it wild if another man like yo? I'm a big fan of a guy porn star.
I think it's a little
Yeah.
That's a little
for
weird.
speaking of that, I seen
Like
a
I like
video.
your work, big dog. I see what you're doing.
Hey,
I seen a video
got
today. This guy met Booker T, the wrestler.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
You know he got dreads. So the guy's walking up for his picture and he bent over and swung his dreads around like very, very like
who Booker T?
yes.
Oh yeah, when his hair got long, he started looking a little suspect.
Buddy said he moved his hair like old girl off of Friday to take the picture. He said when he did, I would have been like, never mind, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm all set.
I thought it was cool to meet you.
I'm trying to figure out what my top who I would want to meet.
Ruby Rose.
Why I gotta be women, man?
Every
I'm
time
just
we bring up
asking.
celebrity, you always bring up money.
Nia
What's
Long.
what's the big head rapper from Memphis?
I haven't brought up
Yo
Gotti.
Gotti.
Yo Gotti?
Yeah,
I
you
brought
always
up
bring up
Gotti.
Yo Gotti.
I don't remember.
That's
that.
like your uncle. Y'all
Yeah,
look like
every
a
time we
little
talk about height or something like that,
Yeah.
you be like, "Well, Yo Gotti." Like,
I mean, hey, if we want to go there, yeah. Like Kevin Hart. I want to meet all this.
42.
Yeah, I want to meet all this.
42 dog is crazy.
I want to meet Cat Williams. Definitely Jay.
Bow
I wanna
Wow.
meet Jay. Now I don't.
Jermaine Dupri.
I got name
But
all
in the culinary scene,
Lil Romeo.
this is somebody that I respect. So I'm looking forward to.
Nah,
to
Nah,
that.
that's dope.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That was good.
That's dope, man. You know, having somebody that you look up to, I think in any field you in is important.
Just being around the right people. I think that's really, really what I'm trying to position myself to do more of in the near future.
That's how you know you're doing the right thing too.
Yeah.
You doing the right thing when them people want to be around you. Because if not, why would I want to even?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
have a bad name for yourself.
sure.
It don't matter how popular you are. If you have a bad rep or you have bad energy around you, people don't want to be around.
Also, there's a bit of like, what's the word? Not reassurance, but like, damn, I always blank on. I probably sound like an absolute moron on the podcast. I want to say reassurance, but that's not what I'm looking for.
Take your time.
Validation.
There you go.
Validation.
Where take your time.
Take your time.
There's a
Let
little
the Lord use you.
Take your time, man. Take your time.
there's a component of validation
Yeah.
when like real chefs are cool with working with you. You know, I'm just,
Right.
to some people, they see your work and they can see technique, or they see that you at least care about what you're doing, or
Right.
you're passionate, or your shit looks good enough to put your name beside that name. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, I don't think, not every person that started on Instagram like
Right.
me probably has the ability to do those sort of collabs with the names of people that are, Michelin rated or
Right.
whatever. You know what I mean? So that means a lot to me.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, man. It's just a cool ride, and then these dinner events always are fun. Like, that's one of the more exciting things that I get to do is
Right.
break from the It's a lot of work, but it's
Right.
always a lot of fun too. So looking forward to that.
I think being in DC also helps too, because it's like even a chef from the West Coast, if they wanted to collab with someone, it's like,
I'm not coming to Chesapeake,
yeah. I'll come to DC and do something there.
Yeah.
but it's been a cool journey, man. I've seen all the highs, I've seen some of the lows, I've been in the middle. I'm just trying to find my way and do it the right way, and just I'm more so focused on and thinking about like what's the future going to be like.
Right.
That's the part that's kind of like uncertain, because I don't know what's going to happen with AI. I don't know what's going to happen with all the algorithms. I don't know. The future is a little uncertain with like everything right now.
Yeah.
So just trying to make the right choices
Right.
without having a lot of information to base those choices off of is scary. Like, you're signing leases on properties and, commercial real estate and shit like that. It's like, you want me to sign a 10-year lease? I don't know what the fuck's going to happen in 3
Right.
years,
10
2 years. You know what I mean? So who knows what the world is going to look like
Right.
that long in the future? You want me to sign a lease for that long? It's crazy. So just a lot of big decisions to be made, a lot of shit going on. Mostly good stuff, some not so good, but we're thugging it out.
Hey, man, that's that process of life. You're going to come up and down, man.
Ebbs and flows. So when you say that, it's funny that she's like, because you weigh in everything that you got to weigh in everything that you got on your shoulders and your responsibilities. Then I told you I was watching the Gordon Ramsay special on Netflix the other day, and he building out this crazy 5 restaurant on the rooftop, $20 million loan from the bank. Same thing. You know what I'm saying? Just different levels. But it's like, I feel when it comes to like certain realms of success, you never like arrive. That even this late in his career is like he's making one of the riskiest bets ever, because he got the opportunity to build in this space. So it's like, it's never over.
At that age too.
Yeah, because this takes a lot.
Yeah, he's fucking loaded too. So it's like, you don't want to fuck up 20 million, but he'll be all right.
And he's also, do you feel like he's also a person where he has a lot of restaurants already? So this kind of like, I ain't gonna say riding a bike, but I know what
I mean, it's a big. I know
what they're doing
The project
here.
is a massive project, and
Right.
I think that he's putting a lot on his shoulders with it. But
Right.
he's done so much to already. It's like Michael Jordan coming back for a 7th ring. It's like, well, if he doesn't win, it's like that doesn't mean his career is a.
But his
Some bullshit.
because it is Mike, we already thinking like, oh, he gonna win. Like we even though it didn't happen yet, we like
That
what's
part
the
of it probably
chances?
is what's the scariest thing is like the expectations are high because you are who
Yeah.
you are. You set the bar high for yourself already.
Right.
Right.
That's the thing that's interesting. It's like I was in Atlanta. We went to one of my favorite sushi spots in Atlanta, and I'm cool with the chef. He's got a Michelin star 2 years in a row. One of the only spots in Atlanta that has a Michelin star. Very few spots in Atlanta have a Michelin star compared to like New York or San
Right.
Francisco or something like that. He's retained his 2 years in a row, and I was like, was it harder or like more stressful trying to get the first one or trying to keep it? Because they reevaluate you every year.
Right.
So you got it 2 years in a row. He's like, definitely trying to get the first one. Because once you get it, it's like, this is
I know what to do.
You know what to do.
But also, like, the pressure is off. Like, I did it.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe I won't keep it for the rest of my life,
Right.
but I did it. You know what I mean? It's like being a New York Times bestselling author. It's like, you're going to die with that. You can't take that from me.
Right.
My next 3 books could flop, but I was a New York Times bestselling author.
But sometimes your track record will show that. Like your track, that's my thing. We talked about sports, and if you win a Super Bowl, if you don't win no more, do people say that you're not a winner?
You reached the mountaintop.
You already did it. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
obviously you want to keep winning,
Right.
but that's not the reality. Like sometimes there's things that are outside of your control.
Right.
That you can't. I mean, you can't. It's tough when you're an overachiever or somebody that's trying to like win big. It's tough because you're always gonna wanna you're gonna push yourself. And I was talking to somebody else the other day too, like just explaining like where I'm at in life and like how I feel a little overwhelmed right now and how I can't wait until this moment happens when things kind of calm down. And he's like, that's
never coming.
Never gonna happen.
Yeah.
But we see that though. We see a lot of people that start like with the content stuff or internet, whatever, music, sports, whatever it might be, even restaurant life where this restaurant did so good, and after a while, that's it. It didn't do anything else. That 1 year was amazing.
Yeah.
But then the next 10 flop.
Well, if they're open for 10, they're good.
You know what I'm saying?
They're doing a good job.
So I ain't gonna say flop, but it just ain't do nothing to go higher. Do we look at year 1? Or do we look at the years previous? Afterwards. Like, you got a Michelin star your first year, but you've been open for the last 7. You didn't get one. Will we look at the first Michelin star, or will we look at what you did in the last 7 that you couldn't get it like the first year?
Joe Rogan has a philosophy on like ranking fighters. He says that you got to judge them when they're at their peak. So you only judge a person when they're at their absolute best.
Okay.
And you compare everybody at their absolute best.
Okay.
You don't compare the whole body of work because injuries happen, life happens, whatever.
Okay.
Like Mike Tyson went to jail, he did this, he did that. A lot of shit happened. He kind of fell off towards the end. But when he was at his peak, he's the scariest motherfucker to ever.
But it also was longer than a year. It was for some time. I'm talking about somebody that gives you 12 months. It was amazing. But the next 5 years, no.
But that doesn't make any sense to me because if you're open for 5 years, you're not to be open as a restaurant for 5 years is a fucking feat.
Okay.
It's so hard to be open.
Hard as hell. Even the first year.
So if you're open for 5 years, you're not failing. You're doing good. You may not be Michelin or you may not be, the best restaurant in town anymore.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that you're like it's not realistic.
Can that same thing apply to other things as well? Like if we're not even talking about restaurant, just as a person, like a chef, or sports, music, anything. Can that philosophy still stay intact? Was like, you gave me a fantastic first album, but the last 5 weren't good. But 5 years ago, you gave me that album. Can I still say, hey, at least you gave me that one, regardless of what these for? Or am I gonna go? Do I got to look at these bad albums that came out afterwards? I don't know. Like, can we still get that same philosophy though?
It just depends on who you are, though. Everybody's career is going to be different.
Yeah.
Everybody is not going to be the best ever to do it.
Yeah.
Right? And then you're going to have like varying levels of success. So success means something differently for everybody.
Right.
Like this one person's success could mean 50 million. This other person could mean 2 million.
Right.
Still a success.
Yeah.
Not as big as this person.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, and you think about like with fashion, like we might have wore certain fashion growing up, whatever.
Yeah.
We never wear it again, but they're still in business.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Certain things come in, pop, have that thing. Like you said, like they had this great year. It was everywhere. Then for the rest of the time, it wasn't as big as it was. But what's the revenue look like? They're still earning. So it's like it's just varying. It's no set success for any given field.
I think that the people that can weather the storm over a large body of time are who you need to consider as the GOATs.
Right.
Because it's almost impossible to even be good enough to make it. And then to make it and stay at the top of your game for 10 years.
Right.
I mean, we're talking about 1 out of hundreds of millions of
Yeah.
people. Like you're a very, very rare human. Like
Yeah.
these one-hit wonders, it's almost impossible for
Even-
almost everybody to do that.
Right.
And then to be Jay-Z, it's 1 in a billion.
And that's
1
why
in
we
8
talk about.
billion.
That's why people talk about LeBron so much, because for 23 years
Yeah.
he's been at like no injury. Like that doesn't
The top
happen.
1% of the
like,
top
that
1%
don't
of the top
happen. You know what I'm
1%.
saying? So I get that. Now, I want to ask y'all this then. You see what's going on with Gucci, right? We know what his track record is. We know what his life. Everybody. Now, he's considered being telling. Should we hold that against him today?
And
even though his track record,
his street credibility,
you know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
you,
even though
you
his track
kinda got
record,
to.
yeah, even though his track record says otherwise, this is the one time he went outside of that track record. Can we overlook that because everything else did it? Or
Anything that's associated with street, or I'll say like jail culture, you can't. I take it with a grain of salt, because a guy asked another guy on the podcast, like, "What's worse, a deadbeat father or a snitch?" And he had to think about it.
That's
so that
crazy.
lets you know it's all nonsense. You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta look at it with your internet brain, right?
Yeah.
we can engage with what we talk because we got a podcast. This is what we do.
Yeah.
But in reality, come on,
All that street shit is phony bullshit.
For
And
sure.
it's-
Like
and-
it's such a rarity that somebody actually and if they do, they're probably dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
But very few people actually uphold the shit that they claim that they
Right.
are doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if most humans get real time, they're facing 25 to life,
Tell
they're
it.
gonna tell.
Yeah.
And the proof is in the fucking
They
pudding.
all
we
do.
see it. It happens
Yeah.
so much.
Almost motherfuckers
Yeah.
is going to jail in droves.
Right.
People snitch
Yeah.
all the
the time.
time.
'Cause that's why we're
so
trying
this
to-
whole
yeah.
no snitching
Yeah,
idea
it's-
I mean, it's really
It
it's
came
like,
from the Italians, the Omerta, which was made by the mob, which they
Yeah.
all broke because they started selling cocaine, so they
Yeah.
started snitching on each other.
'Cause-
That's like
'cause
what
the
black
time
culture
started to come
Yeah, that's
in.
where black culture got that from, but it's not real. If you look at all of the biggest gangsters of all time, 99% of them snitch.
Every last one.
yeah.
That's what comes with the streets. You're going to be in the streets long enough to snitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just
And
what
if you're at
happens.
the top of the food chain, you're a pretty smart person.
Yeah.
And if you're a smart person, you don't want to go to jail for 50 years.
Because
Yeah.
When you could only go to jail for 10.
Yeah,
Pretty much a no-brainer.
yeah.
That's true. That's
Any
true.
human
And
given
guess
those
what?
circumstances.
Most people that snitch, nothing happens to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
This whole idea snitches gets, no, they don't.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Snitches
Tekashi
get right back to
6ix9ine, Rahab.
society and go back to life.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
And I always thought that, like,
They
even
pulled a businessman
Yeah.
card as is. Like, I'm a businessman. I ain't in the
right,
streets no more.
exactly.
I mean, bro, it's about to be damn near 50.
I mean, he ain't about to be 50. He
We gotta
was
look
the one
that
robbing.
That whole idea is dumb. Bro.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing that it's like it's idiocracy, man. But it's
Yeah.
such a part of the culture. And I was trying to think about this the other day. Like, what part of the culture is just it's like it's a poor mindset, right? And I'm thinking about how jail is such integrated in it. And jail is just
The main place you don't want to go other than hell.
So
Right.
it's like it's confusing the diaspora that it has and the control that it has over so many different things, right?
Yeah.
And it got like this conversation will be talked about from somebody who's 10
Yup.
to somebody who's 70.
Yup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like it's
And the conversation gonna sound different from multiple people.
but it's like
You know what I'm saying?
it's the wildest
It's just
fiction
a-
ever.
It's some odd human shit where we respect or view people as tough that live that lifestyle
Yeah.
and
Right.
go to jail.
Yeah.
Like when we were younger and somebody was selling drugs or doing some shit, running around doing what we was doing, and somebody had been to jail,
Yeah.
they're viewed a little bit. They got a little more credibility.
Hell
Like
yeah.
they've been through it. They did it.
Yeah.
Like they get a little bit more street cred for
For
going
sure.
to-
Off the
That's
rip.
retarded.
I think it's but when you say it like that,
But
when
that's
you-
how it is.
I think it's like just the outlaw perspective.
Yeah.
Anybody playing outside of the law.
Outside of the- yeah,
Like if it was a
outside of-
bank robber on horses, they would have been like, oh, like
That's
you know,
the,
shit.
yeah, exactly.
Like
it's,
it's like
but it's some human shit.
Yeah,
like
it
we
is some
just
human
view
shit.
it as like,
Yeah.
oh, that guy's tough.
Yeah.
And being tough is considered cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
always
So,
have.
like in our community, at least, like I'm sure there's communities where it's not deemed cool, but most humans view toughness as a desirable attribute.
Yeah. In other cultures, it
Especially
might
as a
be more
man.
structured. It might be
Yeah.
MMA or something. It might in our community it might be maybe he has a weapon or he's known for fighting in the
Yeah.
streets, but it's the same
Same
thing.
thing, yeah. So no, that's what I wanted to know, like, because like I said, For so long, everybody
We're
viewed
animals.
Gucci as
Right.
this
And we
tough,
like to fight and kill, and like it's the reason why boxing and
We watch
UFC
boxing,
is
I was about to say that.
fucking
Gladiator
the
shit,
biggest
yeah.
pay-per-views on the planet.
That's true.
We're not
We
as smart
like
as
to
we
watch
think.
fighting.
Yeah.
We like that shit. We're barbaric.
For sure.
We're as clean of that as we've ever been as a species, but we're
Yeah.
still
They're
fucking
still there.
barbaric.
We're fascinated about it.
Still a little smirks there. You're right.
War, guns, violence, that's human.
We're the issue.
Very human. Yeah.
I got a Matt's already married, so I got a question for the guys.
Damn, y'all better hurry up, fellas.
If your woman wanted to hyphenate your name, are you okay with it?
Nah, it's already off. Yeah.
The
No.
hyphen.
Yeah.
Some guys with it.
I can see you doing that.
No.
No
I don't-
one's with that.
no. But is it ever? But is it a
Deal
Paris
breaker?
Jones.
a acceptable reason for her to do it?
If she got like a father or like a family lineage,
Yeah.
Like Kim
a
Kardashian or something like that.
You know what I mean? Or whatever. It may mean something to her. I don't know. Maybe she got a grandfather who's the
what I'm saying,
patriarch of the
like,
family, and he
Yeah,
whatever. I
so
don't know.
what would it be to?
Don't make sense in my situation. Maybe it's somebody else.
No, I saw it was on Mark and Joe Budden because him and his wife.
Yeah.
And they all disagree, like, nah. But he was like, he don't understand.
I can
And I was
see
trying to
Mark doing that.
understand. I was trying to say, I was trying to understand. Well, maybe because she has a whole identity outside. Maybe
Yeah.
could be the
The whole
reason.
point of the union is that's our identity.
And that's what
now.
I thought.
Yeah.
I would think it's a union. It's coming
Men
as
already
one.
ain't getting much
Oh,
out
you
of
ain't
the
get
situation. You want to take the one thing we got.
So that's what I thought. Now, if you like you said, you come, I meet you, and you are this high-ranked doctor, and you want to keep your name because everybody know this person
Well,
his name.
I could understand that,
Yeah,
man.
I
That's what I'm
understand
saying,
it. But just because you want to do it because you want to keep something,
I'm gonna say
from
like
your-
95%. That ain't gonna make no sense.
it ain't gonna make no
Yeah.
sense.
5%
You know what I'm saying?
will.
So
I think that makes sense though. If
yeah,
you already
so-
have a brand and a name and
That's
it's
what I'm saying.
identifiable and
Yeah,
it's the
for sure.
crux of your business,
and I think that's probably when the only thing, except because
well,
like
hey, maybe we don't get married. Maybe we just have a relationship, live together, do all the same shit. What about that? You ever thought
want
about
his
that?
name?
Is that a good idea, ladies? I bet it ain't.
The whole thing
I
is
bet
like
that's not okay.
Oh, no, not at all.
whenever a man has an idea, it's always looked at like absurd. But if a woman have it, it's like they just
Yeah.
expect her to get her way.
Well, they do.
yeah.
That's
Mine
yeah.
gets her way.
Yeah.
Y'all's get y'all's their way. This is the way the world works.
Yep.
You know,
Women
You
are
better
great.
shut your
Wonderful
mouth about
people.
it.
but
Or grow a
today
vagina.
They should be
you is-
respected and protected.
But because of,
They get whatever
because
they want.
of, I think because of a lot of guys going against that model, that's why the single rate is so high.
I don't think guys are going against that model.
I think a lot of guys are
If
not.
you're
On
married,
the internet, they are.
yeah.
on it, that's what I'm saying.
In real life, if we
Yeah.
look at paper and how many people are married in the percentages,
Yeah.
the internet shit is baloney.
Right. You know,
Yeah,
because
it's a
it's some
farce.
people that feel like it ain't no happy wife. None of that is.
I think
Yeah.
a lot of people on the internet are just miserable fucks.
Yeah,
I
So
can-
they
I can-
say stuff like
that's
that
bad.
because they're miserable.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
bad.
They
Sometimes
wish
you gotta.
they had a wife. They
Yeah.
wish they had any
Yeah.
woman to give
Yeah.
them some attention.
Yeah,
And you
You should leave him.
Kind of sad.
You
Oh,
should
yeah,
come
people-
be single with me.
yeah. People will tell you immediately.
And then the guys that do get woman attention and still act like that, you gotta really watch them.
Oh,
Because
for sure.
Something's off.
hey,
Yeah.
Sorry, I ain't gonna say what, but
well,
there's a high
Charlie said
likelihood.
you flip the menu over. You
Yeah.
It's
trying
a
to flip
wild. Did you see this wild thing that's going on? So I gotta dig into the story a little bit, but he basically it's supposed to be the woman is black and the man is white. Supposed to be her
Oh, yeah,
fiance.
yeah,
They
yeah,
went
I
to
saw that.
Africa on a trip.
Yeah.
They saying that he staged it. He strangled her.
Supposedly
Supposed to be
committed
suicide,
Yeah.
but then I'm looking through the story trying to find the truth about it. Now they're trying to paint her out to be an escort, but they saying that he proposed to her, so it's unclear of exactly what happened. But it's like such a wild story. It's like all over social media.
You
She's
know what I'm
an
saying?
escort.
That's what people are trying to say, but everybody comes like, no, they just trying to discredit her. But then they saying that he didn't propose
I'm
to her.
anxious to see what comes out.
The
with it.
fact that there's so many people chiming in on people's lives that they don't know nothing about.
People
is
love
crazy.
that.
They
That's
love the
the whole thing.
negativity. It's got to be negative.
It has to be
cannot
negative.
It has to be
nothing
negative.
but
positive.
even YouTube titling, we love negative things. So
Yeah.
that's just what get us going.
Yeah.
You've been making your chicken all wrong.
Like,
Oh shit.
You've been
it's just
doing this
negative.
all wrong.
Negative is just what
I'll
gets
never
the
do it
attention.
like this again.
But
Yeah.
why is that? Why
That's
you
what
feel like? Why
human.
you think that?
We're fucked up.
Because we're animals. We just put clothes on. We think we so much
The
better
aliens
than
came down, gave us a little magic. Boom.
little
We not
mushroom
apes
dust.
no
like
more.
it's like certain things just is so negative. Like it can never be nothing positive. And it's almost to a point where if it's too positive, then people like, I don't
Bro,
want
look
to
at
trying to be
TV.
around that.
This
Yeah.
is it's the prime example because it's what people want to watch.
Right.
What's the most popular shit on Sports Channel? Arguments,
Oh yeah, every day.
debates,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yelling
Gotta get
at
your
each other.
Yeah.
Fuse
You're an
going.
idiot.
Oh, the
I can't
type of
believe
TV
you
shows.
back and
Yeah.
forth, back and forth. The news is always
negative.
political. Republican versus them. Everything is us versus them. Black
Yeah.
versus white.
Yeah.
Republican versus Democrat.
Yeah.
Men versus women.
Yeah. Every day.
Everything is a debate. Everything is a fight. Everything is just negative bullshit.
Yeah.
But in real life, when you go outside and you walk into a fucking
Right.
auditorium of people,
They'll
Right.
greet you.
everybody's having a good time.
Man,
they get
it's-
along.
It's crazy.
White people hold the door open for you, or black people
Yeah.
hold the door open for you, or Republican hold the door open for you.
Like people are not just
They say
going
good morning.
outside
Yeah.
and just completely.
it's none of that
getting-
shit
yeah.
that's all over the internet.
It's the greatest
actually
fiction
happening.
ever, bro.
Oh,
It's the greatest
man.
fiction ever.
It's so much. I was trying to understand. I wonder what went wrong with the kids today because there's always something going on with the kids. For example, they had a shooting at the ocean front, and I'm just like, what is the difference? Because I remember us being outside, and it's a lot of us.
People shooting when we was out there too.
But was it too?
Probably a
this
little more
point?
televised now, just because everybody got a phone. It just spread
Yeah.
faster. Like
It was definitely some shooting.
It was
going on.
mad
Some
shootings.
shooting, but I don't
yeah.
recall it
People
being
got shot in
this
school.
much.
We got shot at.
We got shot at for
No,
sure.
it's
I ain't saying it didn't happen, but I
So,
still
I
don't
think-
recall it being like
Yeah.
to this extreme.
No,
like
for
it
sure.
happens, but to the like you got people that's not even going out to try to get like we remember when we was high school, we going to let out trying to get the girls. They don't even want to do
but
that.
also your
That's who I'm
perspective.
trying to fight. Yeah.
Your perspective gonna be shifted because it's not always the same kids. Say you hear about one of these shootings every 3 years, it's different kids.
Every
Them
time,
not the
yeah.
same kids that was in school, it's a new group.
Yeah.
And at that age group, especially men from like 16 to 25 is where all the wild shit happens.
Every time.
And it's all fear-based shit. So
Yeah.
like a great example is the devil worshiper shit in the 90s. Like there was this big shit on the news about like around Halloween they're abducting kids. And
Right,
doing,
yeah.
None of that shit actually happened.
Right.
It was just a fear-mongering bullshit.
Yeah, get the clicks, get
Like
the
the
views.
Satan worshiping Satanist, satanic
Yeah.
shit that we grew up listening. That nobody was really worshiping Satan.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very
Very
few
few.
humans was actually doing any of that shit. But if you would turn on the TV
That make you
around
think
Halloween,
everybody was doing
it.
you would
Everybody was
think
doing it.
everybody's drinking baby blood.
Now, what I will say, these kids today are a little bit more, a little bit more softer compared to the kids. that
They
we-
said 45% of like Gen Z males have never approached a girl in real life.
Never. I believe.
How did
and-
you get
and-
that stat? Though?
And it's at a high, and I think it's at like 25. Like it's a lot of men that have never approached a woman face to face.
But how do we know that? How do we get that stat?
I ain't looked to see
Like a
where it was
survey? Who the
reported.
fuck is answering the survey?
Might be, but
How many surveys have you ever answered?
I could believe it though.
But answer the question. I think some of these stats
Some of
is
the-
made up. How many surveys? We've been alive
Yeah.
30-something years. How many
Right.
surveys have you ever responded to?
Yeah,
None.
Zero.
None.
But you don't
So
think
who's responding to the survey?
you don't think that's a high. You don't think if that
Nobody
number,
I know would
Yeah.
would sit down.
It's
and
a
take
lot
the
of
time.
humans out here though.
But
So
with
what
those,
date are you comparing
the
it to?
type of
Now
human
it's
that's responding to that
versus what?
survey
No,
is
they
giving you a
was-
skewed view.
Yeah, no, they were
Yeah.
saying he was basically we were going off what he was saying with the Gen Z. They're the kids, the guys have never approached a woman
Listen,
before.
if you are replying to surveys, of course you're not getting no pussy.
But
Why the fuck are you at home
but
replying to surveys?
I can believe this. I can believe a lot of guys
It's
between the
type
age of
person
18
that will answer that survey
Yeah.
is the type of person that's not getting no pussy.
but it's a lot of them.
I know. I get it.
Yeah.
I
But
think-
they
yeah.
it's this
First
new
thing you need
Netflix
to do is
show.
stop answering surveys.
Yeah.
But I'm
immediately.
telling you, I really believe that from the age of 18, I'm gonna go 24.
I think it's 15
male.
to that age.
I really think
I mean, you got social media too. Though.
That's
you
why-
ain't gotta
that's-
go face to
No,
face.
But that's what
I'm
we're
saying,
saying.
of course it's going
So when they're
social media
out,
is
they're
skewing
not-
the numbers, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying like it's
I think social media should count though.
No, I think it's
Eh.
different.
Why not?
It's the
because it's not
same thing.
real.
It's not.
How not?
But it could be real. You can meet somebody from social media. It happens
You
all the time.
can.
Probably number one way of people meet people.
But approaching someone is way different than jumping into someone's DMs. You know that.
Of course.
Yeah. Like
But
everybody
if you
knows
jump in
that.
somebody's DMs and then meet them in real life,
That's
that doesn't
different.
count.
No, it does. But what I'm saying is somebody you have a girl that could walk past, the dude won't speak, but he would jump in her DMs
Some
immediately.
people are scared to send messages online too, though.
Yeah, but I think it's
still gotta
worse.
have the courage
I
to
think
do
it's
it.
worse
The
than
individual
face
get on Twitter. I can't believe this.
Yeah, that
motherfucker.
screenshot. You got the nerve.
But I think it's worse for face to face. I think people will be way more comfortable to do it.
It's way easier in the.
I think it's way easier
I mean, of
in
course
the
it
direct
is.
message. Yeah, that's
But
what I'm saying.
I mean, I just think that that's the way of the world now.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
like most jobs and shit people communicate on LinkedIn, and like I mean,
Yeah.
it's just different. There's not there's not in-person job fairs like they used to be in fucking 2009.
Right.
I think that
There's
shit
some
should come back.
online. There's a Zoom call
That's
or
dope.
whatever. You know what I mean?
But
It's
you
not-
would rather, so
That's
tell
the
me,
future.
would you rather do a interview face to face with a person that you're trying to hire, or do direct message, or email?
I personally screen them first, via email or Zoom or just regular dialogue through LinkedIn or Indeed, and then try to put them through the crazy test first,
Right.
and then I'll do in person.
But what I'm saying
So
is
if
something.
somebody's reaching out to somebody on social media and then decide if they want to meet them in real life, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't
nothing
think,
wrong.
No,
I'm not
I
saying
ain't saying
that.
there's nothing wrong, but I'm saying people will be quicker to do that than to actually, hey, bro, I heard you got a restaurant. Hey, are y'all hiring for anything? If so, what? I think before someone do that, they'll definitely direct message you first. And they're in the restaurant with you.
And they can be more polished in their typing and use
And I get
AI and make it. I mean, that's just the world we live in today.
AI, I
Put
get
it this
that.
way: we was in high school, right? No real social media for real. We
Right.
had like Bebo and MySpace and
Right.
bullshit, right? And there was not that many girls that you would want to approach.
Yeah. Today
Right?
it is, though.
How do you know that?
You don't think so?
Kids don't see that many. They see the same
Same
people
thing.
that they
Okay.
seen. We saw the same people in our
But you
school
still approach them.
because we had to.
Yeah.
If it was an easier way,
If there was of course you would take the easier way. It
Yeah.
was way more choices. The world is way more vast today than
Right.
it was when we were kids.
Yeah, and it's
you had
easily
to fuck
accessible.
with the girl that lived in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's all you. That's the only shot you got.
Right.
That's
And
the only
if you got
thing.
no
Yeah.
attractive girls in your
Yeah.
neighborhood, what you gonna do?
I think that's
Get that
for
ugly
me.
again.
I think that's the only thing AI can't take away is that face to face.
And then also, you can portray an image online. You can be cooler or more
Flyer.
attractive or
Right.
flyer
Yeah.
or more lit online.
everything.
But is that
and
you?
make it look? No, of course it's not.
That's what I'm saying.
But everybody's
but everybody
doing it.
is doing it.
yeah, yeah. I get you.
Everybody's fake online.
I
Nobody
get
is
you.
their very 100%
yeah.
authentic self on the internet.
I get you.
Nobody.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, let me see that picture before you post. I didn't see what I look like. Like, just that's what you look like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I took the picture.
Yeah.
The
But it's a
picture,
safer-
it didn't make you look like
Yeah.
nothing. That's what
I
you
want to
look like.
Yeah.
I want to ask y'all this, since y'all are fathers and I'm a soon to be father.
Woo, on that wave.
Let's two. It's a 2-part question.
Okay.
So, what did your parents teach you? Let's say they told you not to do it, but later on in life you're like, I should have been doing that the whole time. And what are you like, maybe potentially teaching your kid that they may need to learn something different later? And I've been thinking about that. Like they was always telling us, like no video games or no computer or no, and like now we live in a world where it's 100% that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn.
But you still got some parents that's still trying to keep them kids not on the iPads and stuff so much.
But I'm thinking about that. So, but what if it's a world where that's it?
right.
It's only
now they
iPads.
behind
Now they
because
behind.
the other kid got 10 more years
That- and
experience.
that's-
on-
and that's what I've been thinking
But I
about.
think people are doing, and I ain't mean to go this direction with it, but I think people only give an iPad to a kid just to shut them up.
There's stuff that kids can learn on the
But you
iPad.
know what I'm
sure.
saying. But a
Yeah.
lot of times, if they crying, here you go. I ain't trying to hear it. It's here you go.
No, I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
not. The reasoning is different. I'm just saying, like, it
Yeah.
still could be beneficial.
No,
There's
I
some
think-
kids
yeah.
might be older, 6, 7, and they might
Right.
reserve their
I don't know.
iPad time.
The
you know?
reality is this: like, there are people around my age, maybe slightly older, that I communicate with that are business owners,
Right.
and they tell me, "Oh, I'm not good with computers,"
Okay.
and I'm like, "How the fuck
right.
are you a business person
Right.
at this
Right.
day and age, and you're not good with computers?"
It's gonna be a pro and a con to it. 'Cause-
No. If you're not
No.
good with computers today, it's only a con. There's
Yeah.
no pros.
There's no pros to it.
There's absolutely no pros to not being good with computers in
But
2026.
remember, I always talk about the timing that you're born. We're lucky enough to be born where they gave us computers in school.
Yeah.
If right before that they wasn't doing
Yeah.
that, so we done literally had a computer with us every day for the past 30
but
years.
it don't take a fucking Albert Einstein to see the trajectory of where the computer was headed, whether you saw
Yeah,
it or
but
not.
also it was easily integrated with us. We discount that. Like you automatically had a computer because you had to have one.
Yeah.
Like if you was a couple of years before
But
that,
that's not an every state thing. That was just that's not, a lot of kids our age didn't have.
It's more like the
computers.
computer with
I
how
think
you
that's
do
a
work and
Virginia
stuff.
thing.
I think it was.
That
it
wasn't
was,
a national thing. There's plenty of states that didn't have computers.
okay. But I
Yeah.
mean, that's hurting them.
It's different. There's that's the real argument people make about like different public school, like city schools didn't have computers, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was it depended on where you live. It's
Toronto.
a county to county thing.
No, I'm fucking.
But I do think with the computers, it is gonna make the social anxiety go up higher. It's gonna make people that's not you can't talk to others.
I mean, we're heading to a future world where you probably won't even talk to people that much. Maybe
Yeah,
video
that's why I say it's
call.
gonna be one of those. It ain't gonna be people really gonna be antisocial, really socially awkward. It's
No,
really gonna get
I
to that
agree
point.
that the people skills
It's about to be.
you need to have people skills.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think that if the world is headed in a direction, you can't just pump the brakes and say, fuck it, I'm not going.
Yeah, no.
Because what's
yeah,
going to
yeah.
happen to you
Yeah.
when you're left behind?
You get way behind.
But I also don't want you
For-
to lose
for
your
better
people
or
skills
worse.
either, though. Even though we going in the direction
But you
of
you gotta seek out the opportunity to hone your people skills.
right.
Yeah.
People don't be wanting to make themselves uncomfortable with nothing. They don't
Yeah,
go to the
yeah.
gym. They don't eat clean. They
Yep.
don't read. They don't listen to audiobooks. They
Yeah.
don't listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
They just fucking.
That's the parents. Like the
Listen
parents
to
gotta be
bullshit.
putting them in them uncomfortable situations early as
so that
possible.
goes back to what you're saying, where there'll be a lot of kids that I think it's going to be a lot of more kids being homeschooled. Once we go with AI, I think it's going to be a lot of kids, like you said, not really sociable unless they got siblings or cousins or whatever the case
Yeah.
may be. It's going to get tricky because again, people skills are not going to be like, you know what, even though I know I got to be like this with the computer, I'm still going to make sure these skills are good. You're going to have some people that don't do nothing outside of my four walls and this computer.
Yeah, so my
And
girl
it's gonna be it.
And
tell
those
me
would
all
be
the
the weird
time
kids.
that the
It's
young-
always been weird kids. though.
Yeah.
I think that this gonna sound a little fucked up, but like the way you gotta socialize them the way you socialize a puppy. You take the puppy to the dog park,
Right.
let it get
Right.
around other animals.
Right.
Yeah.
You take your kid around to fucking
Yeah.
what's the shit called? The shit with
Different-
the
yeah,
gym. What's the
yeah.
shit called?
Y'all got
Kid
y'all
Strong.
kids, yeah.
You take the kids to Kid Strong. They
Yeah.
play with other kids.
I
You take them
agree.
around their cousins. You take them here. You take them
Yeah.
there. You got to have that interaction.
But a lot of as we know, a lot of people got some shitty parents, right?
Yeah.
So it's always gonna
That's
be
going to make
people
a
that
difference in the kid's life.
Yeah,
It's going to give you
sure.
a head start in your
For
people
sure.
building skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or your people building your people skills.
Yeah.
Or it's going to set you back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And that's on the parents.
that is.
because they fucked me.
But I can't think of anything that
Big
my
time.
mom taught me that I was like, when I got older, like, I can't believe she told me not to do this shit. I should have been doing that shit the whole time. I can't think of anything.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. It was
I
something
mean,
that
I didn't have the most hands-on parents. I don't know if
right.
we've
But was it
established
something that your
Hands
dad
off
told you
parents.
not to do, and you should have, and you like, man, this shit don't even make sense. I don't know. I don't think I got anything that like it don't make sense today.
Right.
I
don't
just
know.
wish I could have went over my friend's house and see how they live and how they operate, stuff like that.
I did a lot of that.
Me too.
That
I
really
was
made
a
me.
whole lot.
That will open
Who
your
I am.
eyes to a lot of stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, this is how
Yeah.
people live.
As I'm writing this book, that story connected with me. It's like trying to identify how I became who I am, really.
Right.
Because there's things in your life that happen that like
shape
kind
you.
of shape you, right?
Yeah.
I think that part of it is I lived in a super diverse neighborhood.
Right.
And my house was so fucked up that I spent most of my time at other people's houses.
Right.
Seeing different
So
shit.
I got to see Spanish,
Yup.
how they live. I got
Right.
to see African, how they
Yeah,
live. I
yeah.
got to see black, how they
Yeah,
live. I
yeah.
got to see white, how they live. And I got to take all of that in, different cultures, different food, different
Yep.
lifestyles, identifying that we're super similar across the board.
Varies,
Right.
yeah.
Like I saw shit that the average person doesn't see.
Right.
Like they may know it or they may respect it or they may not be like a racist.
Yeah.
But they don't understand that we're so much more alike
Right.
than we're
Right.
different. because they didn't get the opportunity to spend the night over people's house and do go to Thanksgiving with somebody else and do all of this shit.
No, for sure.
I did more of that than I did my own shit with my family.
Right.
Like 90% of my childhood, well, maybe not 90, but like probably 65 to 70% of my childhood was spent at other people's house.
Right.
Yeah. I would say one thing I do envy now, looking at people that have like their big families and they come back as all the cousins, all the uncles and aunts, and it's like, I think that shit is super dope. Like that you can do a trip with all your cousins.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And y'all all the same age, so it's like, this is family doing some shit.
That's how Samantha's family
You know what I'm saying?
is.
I think that's super dope where you have a lot of small family, you have a lot of families that's divided that you might not have seen your cousin in 10, 12 years. You don't even know this shit. Like, that's one thing I wish I did have, coming from a super small family to seeing people that have like a huge family, like they're close with their first, second, and third cousin.
Yeah.
Like it's that deep when it comes to families. Like they don't play around when it comes to holidays.
Right.
Where it was like us, it's like,
I think that's why we're so close as friends, though. It's like, because that's the family that we didn't really
you
have.
didn't get to really see it. Yeah, you know.
This is little as eating dinner together.
Yeah.
Like, that's something we didn't do growing up.
You know what I'm saying?
Unless it was like a holiday or something
Yeah.
like that. But even though
Yeah.
we ain't have a room big enough to put a dining room table in there, you got some people eating on the porch, eating in the
Boy, like you
table.
have really family that have a table, and this is where we sit and eat.
Yeah.
Like, even when we do it, it's like I really like just
I ain't
appreciate
gonna
when
front
we
when the
just.
first
that's
couple
what it's
times we did,
about.
I was
Yeah.
like, this shit a little awkward, like, cause you used to like my mom might have took her plate in her room.
Kids go eat over there.
Like I'm here, and you know it's never like, yo, we at the table, everybody's at the table, and we're gonna talk.
How was
among
your
each other.
day?
How
Why
was
they
your
doing the
day?
movies?
There's nothing more human than sitting down.
No, that's
and
the most
breaking
human thing
bread.
ever.
And breaking bread, you know what I'm saying?
That's the only way we made it to where we're at today.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the most
think
connected.
about
No matter what
Thanksgiving
race
with
or
families.
creed.
You
Yeah.
think about Thanksgiving with people. People ain't at a table. You got some people in the living room.
I
You got
try
the
to do that
kids
shit at my
table.
house as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like, I want
Well, I mean,
us
you
to
did
sit
it. Yeah,
down.
yeah.
I want us to eat at the table and talk. Like, shit.
It's one of the simplest, most unique human experiences because everybody don't get to experience it.
And it's the best way for when I go get my seconds. Ain't nobody in my face.
Ain't nobody
Everybody
in the kitchen.
dining room.
Oh my God.
Go make that real plate.
Damn, Moody, that's number 3, ain't it? Hey, now.
Who's counting?
You too damn nosy, first of all. But yeah, that's something I really do envy when I see stuff like that. When people have like I saw like during Christmas time, like this girl family does a thing where they recreate a like they recreate Martin or recreate Fresh Prince, the opening intro, but it's the family.
Okay.
Like that's some super dope shit to me.
Right.
You know, to see them
Just
doing
traditions.
that. Like
So when you gonna start having kids?
Yeah, cause you eating at the table by yourself. Right? You and the dog.
I done went over there. I'm fucking with Mason twins. And what y'all got over here?
You gotta go- you
Your
gotta,
mom and them ain't trying to let me at the table no more because I ain't got no kids. Yeah.
kids
Nah,
room.
it might. You never know, man. What they say is in God's hands.
Man, my man that took the condom off. It's in God's hands. Oh, shit.
You gonna come in here doing backflips? You like, hey,
shit.
let's see what y'all was talking about, man.
Better
man.
immediately.
FDO.
Number 2. First day out twice. Oh man, I can't believe he going
Damn,
to jail.
Gucci.
Damn, that boy going to jail, man. He
Leave the
going-
streets alone, man.
Yeah, there ain't nothing out there.
It's over.
You don't want to be
Streets is
60
done.
outside still. What do you think them people like date?
I see them all the time in D City. Just sit out there in the same spot.
If
every
you had to
fucking
be in
day.
someone's shoes for a day, would it be a person that just they're homeless, but they ain't asking for no money? Then you got
One
the people
day
that
I
asking for money.
almost stopped and asked them, "What the fuck are y'all doing out here?" But I was like, they might jump me.
Because I just want to know.
I'm so curious as to what exactly possesses you to
That's
be
how I
50
felt about people
years
that used to
old
stay at the
and
store
just
all day.
stand here,
All day long.
rain, sleet, hail, sun, hot,
All
cold,
day long.
don't matter. You're just standing here, arguing. It sounds like y'all arguing
All
all
day
day.
long.
Y'all not even enjoying it. What the fuck is going on?
I always wanted to know too, like, what are y'all doing?
Gotta be AI.
Bro, I feel like it's like a simulation. I feel
Right,
like I'm
right.
like y'all are fucking with me.
For sure.
Because people, they would do this shit
Especially like
every
New York,
day.
you be like, bro, you been
Bro will be you
Right
at
here
the
every day.
store.
You brought
all-
a chair here.
bruh.
This is a random corner in the neighborhood.
And you been here all day.
And you
day.
not making, you don't look like you making no money.
Right.
So what the fuck are we doing?
And the crazy part to me is it's not a late start.
Just loitering.
It's 7 a.m.
No,
start time.
I go to the
Like,
to the
that's
restaurant to
great-
prep. It'd be 9 a.m. They out there.
That's what I'm saying.
so you're
It's
not lazy. You're not sleeping in.
You're not sleeping
You
in.
could apply yourself.
That's the shit that
As a
tripped me
matter of
out.
fact, come help me clean this kitchen.
Man, look, all you had to do is look, man, just give me a couple dollars.
Yeah,
I
do
come
that
in here and
Demarcus
clean
skit.
it. Bro, that's some real shit. Like,
Bro,
because you're
I
not
got a
having a late
job for
start. You out there all
Fry
night.
cook just called out.
Bro,
don't know.
it's crazy to me, bro. I never
all
understood
over the
that.
world. Some human shit. man.
All over the world, bro.
Just standing around doing nothing for
Nothing
8 hours, 10 hours straight.
nothing.
I swear to God, one day I'm walking to this. We ran out of some shit. I'm walking to the Giant right there, this grocery store, and I stopped. I was like, I'm gonna ask them what the fuck they're doing because I gotta know.
I gotta fucking know.
And I was like, nah,
Yeah,
they might
you.
jump me. And DC, the homeless people they used to play D2 basketball. They like 6'4",
Yeah, you don't want to get bit by
with
one of
veins
them.
in their arms and shit. I'm like,
They bite. You don't want that.
they just look.
They bite you,
They
it's
don't look
over.
like who I want to squabble with.
Yeah, they got energy too.
Squabble up.
They got
Clearly.
energy.
You good on your feet? You been standing up 12 hours.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. I never understood. I never understood that. Like
I do want to know people's story too when I see certain people like what happened.
yeah, like how when like at what point? Because I
Let's
get it.
rewind this movie and watch it from the beginning.
Because
What happened?
I understand that shit can hit rock
Let's go
bottom,
get a beer.
but people should be hitting rock bottom where it's like you've been homeless for the last
14 years.
Like,
Like
just
Successfully homeless.
Yeah.
It's
like
crazy.
how is that? Like I get it. Everybody got their story. I get it. But that's a long time just to be
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it won't no time where you was like, you know what, I gotta get my
I'm not even certain these guys I'm talking about are homeless though. I think they just hanging out.
They just hanging out.
shit
They don't look homeless.
Yeah,
couple of them
now
do.
you do
They
do
with
got
the
some
homeless
yeah,
people.
You do got some people that that be outside.
They might be
that's not homeless.
tweeners, like not
Yeah, they probably
homeless all the
staying
way.
at like a spot that
Yeah.
they gotta leave.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep. And no, you
Who
do got them
knows?
people.
I'm gonna ask them. Fuck it.
Fuck it, shit.
I gotta know.
Man, just,
Like,
yeah,
all right, don't touch me.
Well, just don't ask me when I'm walking to the store with you.
Nah, you
You take the inside. You
Get him
take the
off,
inside.
Moody. Get him off.
I'm asking from over here.
You see Booty take off
I'ma
in a
hand him a
full
note.
sprint.
What the fuck y'all doing?
Yo, to see Booty take off in a full sprint would be hilarious, boy.
Better bite me.
I feel you. Fuck that.
No,
Whoop your ass for
that's not one
real.
of those questions I done had my whole life. Like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, I
What are
always
y'all
want to know
doing,
like a
bro?
couple of
I
stories.
mean, food. I mean,
Life.
you one decision away from being there. People don't realize how close they
That's
can
a
be
big
to
decision,
that.
right?
Yeah, it is. A big fuck up can have you there.
Hey, we talking about crack. Like that's
you
a
gotta
big.
think,
You gotta
like,
be.
Sometimes in people's life, it feel like everything is going wrong.
I'm
Yeah.
at
And they
least
just
4 or
don't have
5
no hope.
decisions
Yeah, I'm
away
about to
from
say,
that.
what kind of
I
this-
ain't one decision
what?
from that.
Yeah,
What
because-
is the decision
Fuck,
though?
because-
Like crack?
Because it's like, I don't know, bro. Some people's life, it just be like stuff happening back to back to back, and they just lose hope and they just give in.
Yeah.
I can see that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of decisions. Though.
I mean, one decision can lead to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
There was always the first domino.
The domino.
Like
Yeah.
we talking about the car situation. Like one thing happened to your car and you don't
Yeah.
want to fix it right away. Next thing you know, another piece of your
Yeah.
car fucked up.
Right.
And
Now
when-
you can't afford
Yep.
that. And it's like
Now you
Went
Fred
from,
Flintstone.
it went from
Yeah.
2 things wrong to your car that you could have probably afforded at that, maybe at that point. It might would have set you back maybe 100, 200. You've been broke for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Compared to, I gotta get a new car. I can't
Yeah.
I can't afford it. Like I cannot afford it. That happens, yeah. It can get bad.
But them people
and don't let you have
probably get
sour-
another car. They ain't going to just stand on the corner.
Nah,
Yeah.
some people
That's
can't
a
get
big
another
jump.
car.
Like no house, no like that's mad.
Bro,
I know
most-
people who done had something and went
'Cause
that
I think about the
direction,
elements.
and it was mad
That's what I'm
decisions
thinking
in
about.
between that.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
about the rain. I'm thinking about that cold ass winter we just had. It was a motherfucker
We're not about to
outside.
sit here and contemplate being homeless.
Let
I'm
me
gonna
tell
draw
y'all
the
something.
fucking line right there.
Let me tell y'all
That's
something.
not happening.
That's mad decisions, cuz.
I like that we're being humble on the podcast, but for God's sake, motherfucker is not.
Let me tell you right there.
Say, did I lost my left shoe?
7,000 square foot warehouse. Motherfuckers is not about to be homeless.
We're gonna
Bruh.
figure some shit out before we get to
I
this
was
point.
at the commissary kitchen and I'm going to the trash, and this guy is behind the trash man. It's hot outside,
Yeah.
but it's shaded right there. And the lady was like, "What should I do?" I said, "Let him be." Yes. Like he turned on his side. I said, "Bro, he comfortable right now. Just let him."
That's how I
As
be
long as
feeling
he
when I
ain't messing
walk
with us,
past
like-
people and people like be sleeping like in the crevices, like doors at night. I be like, What the fuck, man? Like,
It's
you
sad,
said, I
bro.
would love. Like you said.
But the truth is, and this is fucked up, but it's true. There's help for these people, but they don't take the help because they would rather be on drugs.
For sure.
Yeah.
The stipulation for a lot of the help is that you have to get clean.
That's true.
And people say, no.
Hell no.
I'm not going to get
Yeah.
clean. I'm going to keep doing these drugs.
Like my mom. Yeah, she said, fuck it.
You got some
This
people
is
like that,
lifelong.
you know.
It's real.
To see somebody make a conscious decision to just do these drugs and not live their life,
Don't give a fuck.
wow. But addiction is
Yeah,
a
it's
human
fucked up.
condition is
Yeah.
wild.
But that's the reality is
Yeah.
like the real crisis is mental health issues.
Yeah.
And then people have to be willing to take ownership and responsibility for themselves and fix their life.
Yeah.
Or like have some resemblance of it. You know what I mean? I get it that like I can't imagine what it's like to go from absolutely nothing to trying to like become something with yourself all over again at 40 or 50 years old. Like I can't imagine what that's like.
Yeah.
It's insurmountable. And the reality is you're probably not going to
Get
be
to
able to
it.
get very far.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we working with this guy who was helping us in the kitchen. I could tell he been through some shit. Or like there's programs that we'll hire people sometimes that are like fresh out of jail and like teach them culinary skills and try to get them jobs. A lot of kitchens employ people that have a record.
Right.
Or they've been through some shit. They just got out. They got nothing to their name. I've seen that shit. It's like I applaud that you trying to figure it out.
Right.
Yeah.
And honestly, the kitchen is one of the best places to do it.
Yeah.
Because very few places on earth can you go from absolutely nothing, rock bottom, felonies, drugs, homelessness, to become a dishwasher and work your way up to a line cook and maybe even one day a sous chef and make 70, 80 grand a year and actually be able to make a living and do something that you're proud of. The kitchen is a spot that can do that for you.
Yeah. And if you do good, like you said, you get a meal, all types of shit.
Yeah, you get to eat for free.
It's a whole lot of shit. But like you said, some people want a lot of something for nothing. They want
That's the issue.
They want, you know,
But there are the rare
people.
people that fight for it and figure it out and carve a path for themselves.
Yeah.
And that's some impressive shit.
Yeah.
You know.
I think that the biggest thing with like using is, like you said, like trying to face your life. I feel like you much rather be having to deal with all the years of bullshit you done.
That's
Your
why
kids
sometimes I
don't
get
love
drunk.
you.
I'm like, I don't feel like dealing with this shit today. I don't even want to think about this shit. The only way I can stop thinking about all the shit I'm thinking about is let's
get a drink.
Let's get a drink. That's a terrible way to be,
It is.
but it helps sometimes.
But you don't want to beat me up to Scotty. I get a drink before we go on to talk to Scotty. I ain't going to cry.
Life.
Yeah.
I mean,
Life got
no matter what happens, we'll make it out alive, man.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Tough road,
Yeah,
no matter
man.
what's going on.
I enjoy this shit, man.
Yeah.
You know,
At least try to.
put your boxing mitts on and get ready to get punched hard as a motherfucker. But hey,
I ain't never doing that. I'm gonna have a switchblade on me or something.
fool gotta get cut. What Boozy
There
say?
ain't better be no fair ones.
I pistol whipped it for 40
45
minutes.
Life,
Straight.
man.
Yeah, shit would do it. It would do that to you, man. So
They say stay dangerous, man.
hey, stay dangerous. Yeah.
What else we got?
Hey, keep
Mel
your
got the
head on
hat
the
drop
street.
coming.
For sure.
Head drop coming in 2
Stingy
days.
with it too.
Yeah, ain't sure
I
I had
think he
enough.
Kanye.
I ain't
Come
seen
on,
a drop.
guys.
God damn.
Saw this food in here in
coming.
the dark with some orders. I'm like, God damn, bro, I can't even see the shit.
What's the
Keep it
secret?
secret. He knows something.
Man, you caught me taking a nap in here.
Oh man, yeah.
Can't even get a hat.
That's what's up,
Hat's
man.
coming.
Hats.
Next
okay.
pod, everybody gonna have a hat.
There
You
you
get
go.
a hat. You get a hat.
Yeah.
Only got 2. Y'all got to share.
Matter of fact, you get Monday and Tuesday pod, and I get the next one. So, man, no, that's dope, bro. Got a head coming out. That's what's up, man. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Wasn't a long time.
Hey,
Good.
Like 2 years.
Let's do it.
that's what's up. That's what's
Well,
up.
thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Now, how many days if I don't like it can I send
Can
it
I
back?
send it back?